Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between MaSa and Harstem on Orbital Shipyard. And with me today is a Protoss player you may know as a VampyWorm.
That's me, everyone, if you guys don't know who I am.
Yeah, if you've been a fan of my channel for any length of time, you have seen a replay from VampyWorm. He is a Masters level Protoss player. He's also a caster with a couple different organizations. You want to talk about that a little bit, Vampy?
Yeah, I cast for HSL. I'm like the manager caster, so I make sure people have events to cast and make sure they're actually there. And if not, I cover for them, which is most of the time.
So just permanent substitute then?
Yeah, basically. I also do SCV Rush and ESL once in a while as well.
All
Not
right.
so much ESL, though.
Yeah, so we'll put links to all of those organizations in the description here. You can check them out. They all are very good supporters of esports, especially StarCraft 2, so be sure to give them a link, give them a like, or a follow, or whatever is going on there, and they'll be very happy you did. All right, so it's a PvT today, and VampyWorm actually chose this matchup. I gave him some choices. He said he wanted to see a PvT, and as a Protoss player himself, I was kind of interested to get his perspective. So, what interests you about this matchup right now in Legacy of the Void?
We were discussing Liberators, so Liberators get me really triggered. So if I see like any amount of Liberators, probably more than like 5, I will get really triggered and end up leaving the cast.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to casting about half of this with VampyWorm and then just kind of going solo from that point. It'll be exciting. Let's just say that. We might hear a rage quit, some headphones being slammed onto a table, and then some silence from that point on.
Interesting story real quick. I actually played against MaSa in Tespa Archon League a couple of weeks ago. And that was not, well, the best match of my life.
Yeah, turns out.
Yeah, Ruins of Ceres is very unforgiving, especially close by air spawns. When it comes to Liberators and Widowmine drops.
Basically, Liberator Widowmine you to death then?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that happens on that map sometimes, I've noticed. Also, a lot of dead space here too, around the natural especially. Some dead air Liberators can hide out in. Very, very frustrating to deal with if you are not a Terran player.
Yep.
Yes. All right. So I actually have a theory about Liberators, especially from Protoss. I've noticed that Protoss players who kind of, I want to say, like pussyfoot around Liberators and are super afraid to walk into those circles, usually end up kind of just giving map control, giving zoning to the Terran player and end up in a bad spot for the rest of the game. Whereas Protoss players who kind of deal with the Liberator count when it's low, blinking in there with Blink Stalkers, taking them down, taking the damage that comes with that, but keeping the Liberator count low, actually it seems to do a little bit better than those that are super tentative. How do you feel about that?
It depends on what you're sacrificing to get those Liberators. Like, let's say it's a PvT, and let's say this matchup right now, and we'll say MaSa takes a third, right?
Yep.
And he has Liberators sieged up by the ramp. Now, as a Protoss player, you can either blink up there and be a hero, or blink up there and die and lose everything and basically lose the game because you don't know actually what's up there, like Widowmines or what have you. Like you take a great chance of blinking up there, and especially if you don't know if you can trade out right, you basically just lose a lot more than what you want to lose because you have nothing to beef up that army in the back.
So you kind of feel like being aggressive is sort of a coin flip. Either it can work out super well, or it can be the worst thing that can ever happen to you.
Basically, unless you have Zero with it, you know exactly what's up there.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Definitely want to have that Observer. Super good unit for Protoss. If you're not making those, make them all the time and like twice on Sundays. Yeah.
Twice on Sundays?
Yes, twice on Sundays.
Why just Sundays?
Twice on all the days?
There we go.
Just make them 2 times every time. All right, so this Reaper has been running around trying to be super annoying from Harstem, but hasn't actually gotten any kills. More of a scouting Reaper. He has gotten some pretty darn good information out of the Protoss base here. He did manage to see the Twilight Council on the way. He saw the gateway count. He saw the lack of a third base to this point, and he kind of knows exactly what's coming up here from Harstem. Meanwhile, back in the Zerg base, back in the Terran base, there are no Zergs in this cast. It's actually going to be a lot of Marines, Widowmines, and Medivacs. So how do you handle this composition out of a Terran player?
Very defensive. We see what Harstem's doing right now, making Stalkers getting blink. That's basically what you need to do. I mean, that's pretty much all you can do. You could try to go Adepts, but chances are it won't go very well for you since Adepts can't hit air.
Yeah, they don't shoot up, and plus they got nerfed, so they don't 2-shot Marines anymore either.
So the goal here with the Blink Stalkers is mainly just shut down Medivacs, and if they do drop in, just kill the Medivac and you're good. Because you can always take care of anything that drops out of it, no problem, with the Mushroom Core and whatever Stalkers you have.
Right.
So your main goal with the Blink Stalkers is to kill Medivacs, as most people would expect anyway of Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, they definitely fulfill that role super well. Looks like Blink is not quite finished yet here for Harstem. He has 5 Stalkers, is not actually making any more currently. This drop is choosing to actually fly over the third base, see maybe if he can... no, those are Widow Mines. I thought there were Marines in there. So Widow Mines actually coming on out, going to drop inside this main base. Mothership Core is ready to go. Stalkers ready to go. And the Photon Overcharge taking out 1 Widow Mine and 2 Widow Mines perfectly defended there by Harstem.
Yeah, one of the best things about this like PvT right now, from a Protoss perspective, is the fact that since that overcharge buff came in place, one overcharge can kill a Widow Mine before it burrows.
Right.
So it's really nice to have.
Yeah,
especially if you're aware enough, you can take care of pretty much anything.
Exactly. It's fewer photon overcharges because the energy required to use one was increased, but they hit harder and they last longer. So definitely awesome. If you're sparing with them and don't just kind of spam them like you used to be able to, they can actually be pretty effective.
That is true.
Yes, very cool. All right, so now Liberators heading on to the southwest corner of the map. I don't think there's actually north, south, and east and west in StarCraft, but the bottom left corner of the map. The Liberator is coming down. Anything to defend against this? I don't see anything in this natural base. I don't know what Harstem's going to do about this at all.
The Mama Core's over there. Don't worry.
Oh, here she comes. Here comes the Mothership Core. Going to set up that Defender mode. There's that Defender mode, but no pylons are in range yet. A full pull of... Oh, Workers does lose a single pro, but that is it. Also trying to poke up the front door just a little bit with Stalkers, but there are 2 tanks and about 100 Marines at the top of that ramp. You do not want to go up there if you're Stalkers.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about the Observer. This is really helpful in any scenario. If you're Protoss, always make Observers. You need them everywhere. You know, Harstem has one on the left side too, and like the upper left side. It was natural.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, most Protoss players forget that, especially at lower levels, where they get like dropped or something like that. And, like, I don't know, I can't stop that drop. But in reality, you just need an Observer there, and you're perfectly fine.
Yeah, have an Observer, have the map awareness to see it when it shows up on your mini map for sure. And if you do those things, you're going to be just fine. Exactly. So some Adepts are dropping into the natural of MaSa here and actually did take a mule kill. A lot of Marines show up, though, and wow, pick up and a retreat there from those Adepts. The Warp Prism is getting her babies out of there. Lost a single Adept. Did end up killing, what, maybe 2 SCVs total? And not a super effective drop, but anything that keeps MaSa inside his base instead of dropping, instead of being super aggressive right now is probably good for Harstem because he's working on that third base.
Yeah, MaSa also was firing at his own barracks before. He
did what?
He took his tanks and he was firing at his own barracks.
Oops. Oh, yeah. So that's why this one is down to like 800 hit points. Oh, that's funny. Bit of a misclick there. Maybe just training, getting some practice in with the siege tanks before they move into battle. Never hurts. Get some training in.
Yeah. And Adepts for one and some of that too. Anyone trying to kill that barracks. No one likes that barracks for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That barracks doesn't look like it ever hurt anyone. Sneaking back on in here is Harstem. Moving out is MaSa. And yeah, Marines are left behind to kind of shoo this Warp Prism away. Not to actually kill it, I don't think, but there's a tank mixed in here too, so no way. Looks like heading south are a ton of Marines. Heading over to the same area are Stalkers, Immortals, Adepts, and a couple Sentries. Good scout with the Psionic Transfer, seeing exactly what he's up against. And it's going to be Marine tank all day long, every day. The Marines do have that +1 attack, +1 armor just about to finish here, and +1 attack for the ground units is completed for Harstem.
Yeah, and Harstem, I don't like his positioning right now. I think it's, I don't know, he's very indecisive where he wants to go. He's trying to defend the fort that's not even there.
Yeah, that's weird. Is he trying to fake out MaSa into thinking there's a fourth base already up?
I don't think so. I think MaSa would have known there's a fourth taken by the army size.
Yeah, definitely. A little too smart for that. All right, so threatening this front door very, very scarily here is MaSa, and throwing up Defender Mode Circle. There's a single one there, a lot of Marines. Adepts transferring in. Are they going to let this one finish? No. No, they just scouted out. There are 3 tanks on the ground, Marines streaming across the map all the time. A few medevacs in the air, flying tanks going everywhere too. Not looking good for Harstem.
He was trying to get a little concave or a little surround there with the Adepts, but he didn't like it. I wouldn't either. Not with those tanks all there. That would have been a bad idea. I think he'll commit to this one, though.
Yeah, he's committing here, coming right on in, blinking on top of the Liberators, taking them out first. A lot of Adepts on top of everything, focusing down the tanks. The tanks are forced to pick up and retreat, most of them anyway. A lot of Marines dying here, too. The Adepts on top of these tanks on the low ground. Good micro from MaSa, though, getting them out to the back to safety, but still not many Marines are remaining. The Stalkers are starting to whittle them down here. A DT mixed in as well. And MaSa in full retreat, taking down a Warp Prism before he picks up and tries to reposition. Nope, actually just going to head on home, meet up with some reinforcements, and probably try to take a third at some point. I'm surprised there's not a third yet.
Yeah, me too. Usually you see any like Terran that's really good like this, put down on third anyway.
Yeah.
Or they have it down regardless of what's going on because they can simply just afford it. But MaSa was very committed to that attack. I think more committed than what he should have been.
Yeah, it seems like he did have a nice big army and super committed to that attack. Didn't actually do as much damage as he would have liked to, I don't think. And now that he's down a base, this does not look good at all for our Terran player.
Yeah, that's welcome here with a drop though, and it might kill a stalker. That's about it, I think. I don't think I'm doing anything else because overcharge. Militia core might die though, which would be very bad.
That would be bad. Looking a little bit too aggressive there. But no, backing on out here. The Marines are trying to kill a gateway, picking up, boosting out again. This fourth base is coming up. MaSa really, really wants to deal with that thing. Wants to take it down. Is about 60% complete. A Warp Prism for Harstem heading up north here too, though. And we'll have to see if MaSa can handle that. There's the third base. Now starting to land here at the 10-minute mark, which again just seems super late.
It's that is his main.
Oh, he's actually just lifting his orbital command from his main, landing it at his third. That's crazy. Good scout by the Warp Prism, seeing exactly what is going on there by Harstem, and knowing at this point he's got to be feeling pretty comfortable. Up 173 to 136 total supply. Another attempted drop here.
Freedom
at the natural. Is the Mothership Core ready to throw down a photon overcharge? Yes, just enough there, and the Mothership Core takes down the Medevac and all the Marines too. A big attack coming into the fourth though. Oh no, the Marines with their attack plus one attack there, slowly whittling it down, actually quickly whittling it down to about 50% health. All the shields are gone. Blinking forward here with some Stalkers, some Adepts, not enough though. Coming with the sandwich though. From the top side to the sneaky attack from behind here is Harstem. The army for our Terran player MaSa not looking very healthy at all. Forced to pick up and retreat. The Blink Stalkers taking out a Warp Prism too. Adepts on the low ground, making sure they can't drop at that third base. And once again, Harstem with the incredible defense.
Yeah, Harstem's doing really well since defense. I'm actually quite surprised he's doing it so well. Normally, I haven't really made a lot of depths in my games in PvT. Maybe I should start more again.
Maybe this is an inspiration.
Yeah, maybe. Does he have a tech speed upgrade on those adepts?
Let's take a look real quick. Weapon speed 1.11. And where is that Twilight Council? Yes, did get the Resonating Glaives upgrade.
That would explain why.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, wow, they're really showing those means. Like, yeah, okay, that would be exactly why then.
Well, I mean, he's got 29 adepts. You definitely want the upgrade at that point.
Yeah, he made a lot. That's the beginning though, which was quite surprising to me again because you don't usually see that from Protoss. Usually rushing out the upgrade, and I don't know, it kind of slows down your other like +1 attack upgrades.
Yeah,
but
so that's worked out so far for Harstem. Yeah. All right, so dropping some adepts and a DT into this base up here at the main base, trying to take down a refinery that's not actually being used to mine anything at all. A bunch of Marines coming to take these guys out. The DT is visible thanks to the missile turret. And a big warp in here at the natural, though. A big warp into the depths. Wow, bringing back adepts like it's a previous patch here as Harstem taking out a bunch of SCVs. It is 72 to 42 workers right now. Harstem looking very good indeed. And now pushing up the front, bringing the adept with that psionic transfer, seeing what he's dealing with. And the answer is not a whole lot. The Marines are a little bit scary. The +1/+1 there. And here it comes. Adepts finishing that attack. The Stalkers again focusing down the Liberators. 1 goes down and 2 goes down. Marines at the higher level using that high ground to attack this army. I don't know if Harstem can actually break this. He's trying to make it work here. Can the Stalkers take down another Medevac? Yes, taking down the Medevac. The last tank is gone there too. All that's left are some SCVs and some Marines and a Marauder, but the Stalker count not looking very healthy either. The SCVs surrounding one of the Stalkers too. There at the top, Marines with the Medevac support looking pretty darn good here too, but 29 SCVs have been killed. Harstem may not win this battle, but I think he's won the war.
Yeah, he put in a lot of damage. He killed 31 workers. That's quite a considerable amount.
He still has the Warp Prism back in the natural. Oh, killing more and more SCVs. Oh, 37 workers killed. Trying to go for it here is MaSa, bringing all of his SCVs mixed in here too, but the Marines are getting whittled down. No micro whatsoever, and there's the GG. There's the GG from MaSa. Harstem is victorious, and MaSa has left the game. Whew. So pretty good one there, I would have to say. Again, just Harstem really, really responding well to the aggressive style of MaSa, not really letting a two-basing attack from a very skilled Terran player really do much damage at all. He lost 4 probes that entire game.
Yeah, he defended everything really well. Absolutely everything was defended perfectly, which is quite amazing. I think MaSa's problem, he didn't make enough Liberators. Kappa.
He lost 9. So, I mean, 9's a pretty good number, but he kind of just brought him out piece by piece over the game. Never really had more than 3 in any engagement, I don't think.
Yeah, and he was really committed to that first attack, and I think that really cost him. It seemed way too well any, if that's even the thing anymore, but it just seemed way too economic intensive for that push to happen and not get enough out of it.
Yeah, he sacrificed a ton of his economy to make that thing happen. The worker count was way in Harstem's lead, just towards the mid game there, up in the 70s, while MaSa was down around the the 40s or so, and that is just really hard to come back from. And I mean, he did manage to hold off that attack for a little bit, that final attack, but when you're forced to use your SCVs to battle and you lose 40 of them, it's usually not a good thing.
That is very true.
Pro tip of the day: do not lose 40 workers defending. You'll probably lose anyway.
That's a good Falcon tip right there. You should make that a new series, Falcon tips.
It's just super obvious stuff that everyone's like, "Are you kidding me?"
It's like everyone knows this.
It's like, what is the Fear Dragon tips? What are those called? Slightly useless facts with Fear Dragon.
Yeah.
Those are great. I love those. All right, so we're gonna wrap this thing up. Anything you want to plug today, VampyWorm?
You guys can follow me on Twitter. I'll put that in the description below, or I'll fucking put it in the description below. Same with my Twitch as well. I don't feel like actually ringing them all off. Also, check out Team Ascension, I'm a part of, and also cast for them, believe it or not.
What?
But
you cast for another organization?
Yeah, I cast for many organizations. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, so we'll have a list of like 15 things in the description if you want to check those out.
Well, like 5, but
or at least 5, yes. All right, so that's it. Thanks again for casting with me. This has been Falcon Paladin and VampyWorm with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. You can find me on 2 places, Facebook and Twitter, both at /Falcon Paladin. Very easy to find that way. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.